Hello, my name is Eugene Wentworth and I'm a performance expert with the Fort Riley R2 Performance Center, a part of the Army Resilience Directorate. And I'm here today to talk to you about establishing effective routines. And routines are a series of steps that we take to direct our energy, attention, and focus for the task at hand. And I'm willing to bet that a lot of you already have routines established and in place. At least for myself, and I know many others, they have a morning routine. And it's similar to a routine that you'd use in a sport performance. This routine just gets you ready for your day. It gets you woken up. It gets you ready to take action and take on the day at hand. And when that routine gets thrown off, I'm willing to bet that it can affect your morning in a way that you don't necessarily like. I know for me, if I don't get my coffee right away, then I struggle a little bit to wake up. My energy level just isn't there. So it's important to have a routine in place because it does get us ready for our day, for our performances, or for whatever the reason we're using that routine to get us ready. Because again, there are three objectives of routines. They direct our thoughts. And this is to allow us to engage with automaticity in the performance that we're having. They direct our energy so that we can be in our optimal zone. So think back to our energy management video. We had that optimal zone where we perform our best. It directs our energy so that we can get there. And then it directs our attention to win, or what's important now. So when you're executing that task, what is important within that moment for you to focus on? And a routine establishes that. It gets us ready, gets us there where we need to focus in that moment to execute that task flawlessly. So I'm going to provide you an example of a time where I used a routine in my life. Outside of my morning routine, I used one when I played sports as well. And I talked a little bit about that at the beginning, that these are very essential for sport performances. So a routine for me was when I played baseball. So when I was in the hole, or the third hitter, 3 hitters away essentially, I was engaging in effective imagery. So that was a video we had with you about 2 weeks ago. And effective imagery is just you're recreating an experience within your mind. And I was imaging myself just at the plate. Pitcher was throwing fastball. I was imaging myself hitting that flawlessly. I was picturing a curveball, hitting that flawlessly. So just engaging through effective imagery. Then, as I was walking up to the plate, I engaged in some emotional priming. My walk-up song, in baseball you have a walk-up song as you're going up to the bat. That was to get my energy level a little bit higher. So I personally had Monster by Kanye West. Whatever's personal for you, whatever's gonna get your energy where it needs to be, that's what you have. So that song for me got my energy levels just a little bit higher. And I felt a little bit more energy so that when I got to the plate, I was ready to go. Then I would tap the plate, swing the bat, and I would take one deep, deliberate breath. And when we talked about energy management, I talked about how deliberate breath actually lowers our energy levels. But I was using it there to maintain my energy level, because deliberate breath can also maintain that level that you're at. So just one effective, deliberate breath. Then I engaged in self-talk. And I would say short and sweet. And that would remind me that when I swung, my hands were short to the ball so that I could hit it off the sweet spot of the bat on the barrel. And I engaged in this routine every single time. So those final steps are deliberate breathing and cues. And as you can see here in this triangle, that was readying my thoughts, my attention, and my energy levels for task execution. It was readying my body so that when the moment came, I was personally ready to go. Effective routines can be applied to all the performances that we have in our life. Think about so for the 10-miler team, you have your virtual race coming up in about 3 weeks. And if you want to establish an effective routine for that race day, I encourage you to start now, because the way that you practice will ultimately lead to the way that you perform. So if there is a series of steps personal to you, think to any of the skills that we have taught you so far, find that series of steps that truly works for you to ready your mind and body, so that when race day comes, you're ready to go. But I would encourage you to deliberately practice now. Start integrating a routine into your practice schedule already. Each and every time that you practice, ready your body and mind to perform your best, because again, the way you practice is ultimately the way that you perform. So integrate it now. But there are also many other performances that we have in our life. So if you have any questions about establishing a routine for a race day, or for any other performance that is coming up for you, I encourage you to reach out to the R2 Performance Center here at Fort Riley, because we'd be glad to help in establishing an effective routine that is personal for you. Thank you, and have a great day.